Okay, hi, welcome. I'm sorry that I can't do this live with you, but this might actually be better because now you can watch it at your own pace and pause it and do whatever works best for you. So, this is the Winter Owl project, and I am using black, white, dark blue, and like a light blue. But you could also just use one color of blue and add white or black to it to make it lighter or darker. So that is totally up to you. But basically, the first step was, just to get the paint on the plate, and um, and then I took. Well, I'm still putting the paint on the plate, but once I get the paint on the plate, um, I will be taking my large brush and putting a combination of white and some black in the background. So you will see that very shortly. Okay, so as you can see, I was putting a mixture of white and black in the background to kind of create a nice swirly gray effect. If your paint isn't spreading well, you can add water to it because sometimes, the acrylic just doesn't spread as well, and you don't necessarily need more paint. In that case, you just need some water to help it spread. So the next step was to get the shape of the owl in there. And because this is sort of more of an abstract work, I would say it's more just about putting these half circle shapes in to kind of represent the head and the body. And so that's what I was doing with the white and some black because I actually really like when the paint mixes like that. So, but you can obviously always just use white, or you can make the owl black if you want. You can make him gray. You can really just have fun with this and do whatever you want. That's why I like this project. It's very sort of free and open to whatever you want to do. But that's all I was doing. So then I grabbed a smaller, but still relatively large round brush, and mine wasn't totally dry, so you might want to let yours dry before you do this. I, again, like that sort of effect of the paint kind of getting mixed together and like creating fun, layers of colors and stuff, so I don't generally wait for that, but that is totally up to you. Anyway, so I took the black and I put in the owl's eyes, but as you can see, it was kind of a really rough sort of outline of it because, like I said, my paint wasn't totally dry, and so I knew that it was mixing with the white, and so it's not going to create like a pure black appearance. So again, you can wait till your painting is dry to do this, or you can do what I do and start to put it in, but know that you probably will have to go over it again and make it more black. And I also took the black at this time and put the nose in, just because, again, I was just trying to get some preliminary shapes in, and I don't really mind if my paint mixes together. So that's just the nose being put in. And then I took the black and started putting in some of the lines, because there are a lot of really cool lines in this picture. And what I would recommend actually is if you can, get the picture off of our website and save it to your computer so that you can look at it, print it up and look at it, because that's what I like to do when I'm painting. But anyway, as you can see, I was just putting putting various feathers in and like giving the owl more of a fluffy, feathery look. So I was just doing that here with the black. And you can put it anywhere you want. I just really wanted to get it in various places on the owl so that it would look good and start to give the owl more form than it already had. So you can see I'm putting it around the nose. And I put more up there because I wanted to kind of create those outward face feathers. So as you can see, I'm like doing that, putting the outer face feathers in. And putting the body feathers in too. And you can use a smaller brush if you want. You can do the same thing I did, use a big brush. It's completely up to you. I just happen to really like the thick look. But I did switch to a smaller brush at this point because I wanted to put in some of the smaller blue details, that kind of stuff. But as you can see, that brush was a little too stiff. So I did use a smaller brush, but I used sort of a different small round brush. And I used that to put the blues in. So what I did was I took some light blue and mixed a very small amount of dark blue into it. And that was how I created this sort of medium blue color that I used to put some of the feathers in, to put the eye in, to put, I was just kind of playing with it, honestly. So that's a really great thing to do, I think, is just to have fun and put it wherever you feel called to put it. And again, as you can tell, mine was mixing with the black and the white, but I, again, really like how that looks. I like that sort of effect of when all the paint colors mix together and create, like, interesting combinations. So I usually just let it happen. But again, if you want to wait until yours is dry, or, use a craft dryer or a blow dryer on yours to help it along, that is obviously fine. But I am just very much like, okay, I want to get in there while it's wet and like get this really cool interesting color effect. So that's what I was doing here. Then I started to just take dark blue and put that in because I really wanted, again, just to create like a really fun variation of different colors. So I took dark blue, even though that's not really present in the reference photo, I just decided to put it in anyway. But again, that's your option, that's your choice. You can not do this too. So yeah, do what feels good for you. Okay, then since my background was pretty much dry, I decided to start putting the dots that are in the painting just in the background area. So you can take the back of your brush, the back end of your brush, and just dip it into whatever colors you want and create dots. You can also splatter paint later if you prefer that look. And you would just, add a lot of water to your paint brush, the brush side, and just like flick it over your hand. But I make a huge mess when I do that, so I did not do that. I went for the dot method. Okay, so then I put some white stuff in, as you can see, and then I decided to go in and put the white in the eye because my eye seemed pretty dry or dryish at that point, and I decided to test that out by putting the white in. And so that's really, I would say, the last step, but you can also add more feather details if you want. I also added dots to the actual owl, as you'll see soon. But I would say really the owl itself is just all of these feathers, and the eye and the nose are the main, sort of features. And so everything else can kind of be whatever you want. As you'll see, I was just adding more feathers and trying to fill in some more of the blank space to make the owl feather texture more present. But like I said, you can do that, you can not do that. And I also did go in again with the black to put the eye parts in more clearly, because I think, like I said, I put my eye in when my paint was not totally dry. And so I knew that I'd probably have to go back in to fix the black of the eye. And so that's what I did. I got some black and I just fixed some of the black details of the eye. So I put more black in my pupil. I put more, black around the eye to make that more, make the contrast better. And as you can see, I ran out of black, so I was just putting more black on my plate. But yeah, so I was just putting the black in. And then it was time for the dots on the body. So that was really what I finished with, just putting dots all over the place, having fun with that. Feel free to, you could even add silver to this, or, a sparkly white or something. I actually was tempted to do that. I just couldn't find my silver at the moment. So, but you could totally have fun with this painting and put sparkles in it and metallics and whatever you want. Or just do it this way and, have fun with the dots or do a splatter. But basically, that's the winter owl. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it was helpful. And yeah, I like to do it this way, especially, when I'm not feeling well, or like right now I have a family emergency, but I didn't want to cancel the class on you, so I decided to record it ahead of time. So anyway, I hope this was really helpful, and I hope that you enjoy it. And yeah, thank you so much for trusting me to lead your paint night.